Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play this game. Wolong Fallen Dynasty. I'm Mysterious JG. Now if I were smart, I would check and see if there's anything like jade, whatever, the items that like, because we found a golden cicada shell on this level. Is there anything that like permanently increases how many healing pots you get to use, or that maybe we didn't find? Because as of now, we got no reason to come back to this level. We got all the flags. And it's not a level I'd want to come back to. Like, at one point I was doing a little bit of off-screening between recording sessions. It's been a while since I felt any desire to do that. Because tiger seals are like maxed right now. Wow. Like, one thing that I had done was, like, fighting through levels off-screen to get experience points, and also to, 8 of 8. Hold on a second. But what was this thing that was at 10? Dragon's Cure Powder, restores HP gradually for... Oh, that's like a... Never mind. Alright. New items... I don't see how I would find the golden Indulgent Military Advisor's Diary. Oh, Peter's been dropped by Guojia. Another huge victory today. I ought to reward myself with some fine liquor. Maybe I'll go pay Pretty Little Hua a visit. Oh, car. Drinking too much can lead to mistakes that cause irreparable damage. Alright, whatever. I don't know what I was driving at here. But yeah, like, that's, like, I would play through some, I was playing through some levels, and this wouldn't, because I have 2 allies assigned to me here, and they both already are at maximum affection, or oath rank, or whatever. So there's some desire to play with different characters as allies. But these 2, like, I don't get anything from fighting with these guys in my party anymore. They're good characters to have in your party, but, like, there's no reason to be off-screening with them. So, if I were smart, I would look up whether there's anything I really missed in this level, because, I'm not going to. Let's hope we do well in this first showdown, or in this boss showdown. If so, we had a nice clean run through this level, and we just get to leave it behind. You are not Lubu.
A warrior.
Oh, Zhang
risks
Liao.
his life for his duty. I will not step down.
Zhang Liao's a badass motherfucker, but he shouldn't be too bad unless he's, like, immediately goes demonic on us. Because our allies are here to help us out. Although it may be, this boss might be...
For what purpose do you wager your life?
We want you out of here, buddy. This boss might be balanced with the knowledge that you have allies helping you out.
With your blade.
Yeah, this is one of these fights where you're going against a human with a bunch of allies. Maybe we have to fight him again later without allies, and it's really hard, but...
General Liu entrusted me with this city.
He built this city. He built this city on rock and roll. Yeah, I think there may be a second form of him, because this is not being that bad. Again, we've got all these allies. But if it gets difficult, I can figure out whatever the opposite is of lightning in this game and empower it, because he's pretty clearly lightning guy.
Sorry, my force is spent.
Get back here, you wimp.
In your debt.
I almost lost it right there. Oh, he's got a spirit animal.
I'm in a tight spot.
Yeah, I just died. Fuck. Like, he was sitting there like, I am defeated, but you have to beat me in a specific way kind of thing happening, it seemed like. And I was keeping an eye on my hit points. It's frustrating, because I was talking about how easy this was. And it was going pretty smooth, and then, of course, I found a way to die. Alright, come on, game. Hurry up here. So what's the opposite of,
I look forward to toasting our victory.
apparently I'm not aware of our, defeat we just had. So, let's see. So metal is this bottom right corner. He was doing all lightning, which is what, wood phase? Yeah, lightning is wood phase. So strong against lightning. Water is strong against fire. Fire is strong against... Is that right? Fire is strong against metal, which is strong against wood, which is strong against earth, which is strong against water. So oddly enough, metal, which doesn't usually help us too much, may be the way to go here, because he's using lightning powers. The way he's hopping around, he's probably not going to sit still and get hit with poison bubbles, but oh, it's been a while since that was even worth trying. And I wasn't really remembering to get enhanced defense activated very frequently. Molten Calamity Thorn. Devouring Sweep. Toxin Bubbles. Elemental Plague. Yeah, Toxin Bubbles. Alright, yeah, it's been a long time since this was the right play. But, let's see. Because he was a Mr. Lightning power. Oh, damn it, I did not mean to actually hit that button.
Give me your answer with your blade.
Give me your answer, dude.
General Liu entrusted me with this city. I shall defend it to the death.
Oh, this is shredding him. Doesn't last very long, but
You try to do too much.
yeah, that's true actually. Forgot all about healing.
I'm in a tight spot.
Ow, ow.
Bit more and we've got this. I will take them. Stand aside.
Oh, I stopped evading to heal and got killed. It feels like it's going to be okay, unless he has a second form, in which case I'm just really being dumb about this. It just feels like it's a. I'm being super aggressive here. If you're not aggressive, your allies get killed. I think I'm making more of a meal of this battle than I really need to. But yeah, it just feels like we're going to either win or lose really quickly. Because I don't know if poison is really the right answer at all, after all. But it is fun, and we haven't gotten to use it in a while. Alright, so what I meant to do is have this all ready to go.
Give me your answer with your blade.
Give me your answer, dude. I'm not focused on him, which is bad.
General Liu entrusted me with this city. I shall defend it to the death!
Can I get poison on him, please? Yeah, he is actually poisoned now. Not just having it accumulated, he's poisoned. Okay. I think this is why we couldn't finish him before. We needed to finish him with fancy move.
Very well. I will not beg for my life. Kill me!
Sure! Oh, I guess you didn't kill me. Well, that took about half a video. I guess it was just as well we split, because that would have been a... We would be looking at a 45-minute video without... 40 minutes at least, without whatever plot plays now, if we had tried to ram that at the end of the last video, so...
There he is! Defeat the enemy general, Zhang Liao!
Guys...
Why are you...
Dressed like Cao Cao. I guess Zhang Liao will not be hanging out with Lu Bu for the final Lu Bu fight. So they're tweaking the story a little bit here to give Zhang Liao over to us early.
I roamed this land with Bixie, owning
Bixie!
In search of what makes a warrior.
Is Bixie Lu Bu's
I think I have finally come upon an answer.
formal name or
We may
something?
lose our lives in battle, but we shall never lose our spirit.
Or is it whatever spirit animal is causing him to wear these weird feathers?
Fights for something
Like
that they
insect,
can't bear to lose.
He's got like moth antennae.
I looked up to General Liu. He was a true warrior among warriors.
I also looked up to his horse, a horse among horses.
If my life were to end today, I'd leave no regrets. Except maybe wishing that I had known another warrior of such high caliber was in our midst.
So I could have followed him around, done whatever he said, no matter how evil it was. I'll wait and tell you what I know of Zhang Liao when I'm sure the story stuff is wrapped, because it's taking its time deciding what to load here. A low-res, it's a Jushin Thunder Liger there. It's some kind of Liger. Oh, I assume we're done with the stage now, because have all this and then a demon form Zhang Liao would be a bit odd. Yeah, one-on-one fight with Zhang Liao would have been a lot more... That's probably going to come as a side mission now, at some point, but... I would have to have been a lot more cautious in how I approached it.
Sheathe your weapons.
Hey, Jiao Chan, I recognize you as my old master's little sister. Why is this guy dressed like me?
You would not stand in my way, if not for a good reason.
I hate you and I think you're evil, actually. I wonder if
Killing
Cao
you will
Cao's
be
going to get
regrettable.
infested with demon
How about
stuff later in the story, or just
Surrender and serve the Imperial Court.
more generally
Have
kind of
mercy
start
on
being
my men.
evil.
Then I will pledge allegiance with no objection.
Lu Bu is making a final stand at Shapi. You had best come with us.
I really am starting to think the main story is going to end at Jiapi, actually.
Wait. My brother is...
Lu Bu, I know.
I am a man of honor, so I can't tell you everything now.
Only after we've had sex will I reveal Lu Bu's secrets. I'm not sure exactly what that was about, that scene between them, but you have obtained Biji, or Pixie. And Taishan Bandit. Oh, that might be, no, we were getting it before. I was wondering if Zhang Liao has his own set, because going around wearing like giant moth antenna helmet would be kind of funny. So Zhang Liao, as far as I can make out, he was a friend, he was, like, there's various points where we're told he was a friend of so-and-so without really, like, finding out when that happened or under what circumstance. He was an officer under Dong Zhuo at the same time Lu Bu was. And when Lu Bu murders Dong Zhuo, he falls in with Lu Bu. So the Dynasty Warriors games have made various variations on this. He does... They've switched it around. They have him defending this city that we retake from Lu Bu's forces without fighting Lu Bu himself, so he can be captured separately. But as all good Dynasty Warriors fans know, what actually happens is... Oh.
Attack!
Attack!
Send Shapi into the depths.
Yes, my lord.
It would appear, Minister Cao, that you have many talented men
It's
serving
Cow. Wait, it is Chow.
However, why does Lu Bu not use the elixir?
Yeah. Maybe he's not that evil.
Huh?
Huh?
What? This sound?
Jesus, this voice acting. Oh, never mind. We're not going to have a plot thing where we have to unleash the flood attack. It's just going to happen.
It's a flood attack!
Those dicks. I wasn't going to use the elixir, but now I will. I think this might be the last main stage of the default story mode that isn't DLC. I wonder if they're going to, and if they do, they're mad. This is not going to make them the money they think it would, if that's their plan. I wonder if they're planning to do like Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, just like keep DLCing their way through the end of the Three Kingdoms novel, because I'm starting to suspect, based on...
The demonic chi here is even denser than it was at Puyang and Xiaopei.
Uh-huh.
Could this be the sign of something bad on the way?
I think it could be. Oh, we have Hong Jing hanging out with us for this stage. That's kind of nice. Well, let's get to a flag. Let's talk to people first. What do you have to say, whoever you are? You don't look that unlike what their model for Zhuge Liang might look like, but I don't think you're supposed to be Zhuge Liang.
We must defeat Lu Bu here and stop the chaos.
Also, stop my
Although
hangover.
we cannot avoid hurting some innocent citizens. I decided to go ahead with our plan to devastate the city by flooding it.
Okay, I don't think we're meant to like Guajia. But anyway, here's a... Let's go travel. So Zhang Liao, in the novel, Zhang Liao is mentioned in passing, but doesn't really get to do very much. He's an officer under Dong Zhuo. Then when Lu Bu flees, he goes with Lu Bu. The Dynasty Warriors games, like my favorite, it's one of the few things I liked about Dynasty Warriors 6, is that they show, like, there's always kind of this weird little mini faction of Lu Bu, for playable characters, Lu Bu, Diao Chan, and Zhang Liao. Because Zhang Liao is like the guy who is playable, who is also hanging around with Lu Bu. And in Dynasty Warriors 6, they show like Jiao Chan kind of has her own motives, and they're pure and good, actually. She wants to restore the Han and defeat the various figures who are trying to overthrow the Emperor, including Cao Cao in particular she doesn't seem to like, or Yuan Shu. But she's kind of like, you know, Jiao Chan is, in every version of the story, clearly a more intelligent character than Lu Bu is. And she's sort of, you know, leading him around to buy the you-know-what. And in Dynasty Warrior 6 in particular, like, she's kind of cajoling him and getting him to do things, even though the things she's trying to get him to do are good. And it's really difficult. Like, Lu Bu just seems to be going along because Yao Chan tells him what to do. And there's a couple of little really minor, because she has a story mode, and I think Lu Bu has a story mode. One of the things I hated about Dynasty Warriors 6, because it's the first Dynasty Warriors game I played after Dynasty Warriors 5, which I liked a lot. And then Dynasty Warriors 6 comes along, and it has a high number of playable characters, but they're clone characters, like characters with the same moveset and a different skin from another character, and then they don't have their own story modes. Like Zhen Ji is a clone of Jiao Chan. Jiao Chan gets a story mode, Zhen Ji doesn't. And Zhen Ji actually shows up in this game. Even if you've never seen any Dynasty Warriors stuff, you would still know her. She's the lady that we rescued in the underground sewers with snakes and stuff. Legend of the Thunder God. Oh, here we go. Oh, never mind. Oh. No, I do think this is probably us fighting Lieutenant General Helmet. Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin. But, that's probably a one-on-one fight with Zhang Liao, I would guess. Caliber of a hero, Liu Bei is a man who enjoys the company of others. Oh, this is a one-on-one fight against Liu Bei, whom we haven't actually seen as a boss. Lu Bu, the mightiest among men. I think this might be the last main level. But no, so Zhang Liao in Dynasty Warrior 6, there's a couple of little scenes here and there that suggest, like, him kind of giving sidelong glances to Yao Chan, because Lu Bu is the leader of the Force. But Zhang Liao can see that he's being manipulated by Jiao Chan. And nothing comes of it, but there's this little, like, he's not forgotten as a character completely. He doesn't just stand in the background. Like, there are little indications that he can see that Jiao Chan is the one calling the shots, but he's still following Lu Bu, because Lu Bu is the strongest warrior, and Zhang Liao respects strength. That's his Dynasty Warriors character, generally. The part about possibly not trusting Jiao Chan, I only noticed it in 6. I don't remember it in any of the other games. Because after 6, they stop having storylines for individual characters, and it becomes faction storylines. And then you don't see a Lu Bu storyline of any kind until Dynasty Warriors 8XL. I sound like such a nerd at this point. But anyway, I guess 9 has stories for everyone, but 9's garbage, and I have not gone back to play it and see how things play out with these different characters. Zhang Liao would be one of the more interesting characters to play through a game as, like, you know, Dynasty Warriors 9. But I have a feeling it would be a mess. Anyway. So the battle that's about to come is where Liu Bei and his guys are really just kind of there alongside Cao Cao, who's the one who's really in charge. Guojia, and, like, you know, Lu Bu is locked up in Whitegate Castle. Guojia orders the flood attack. Which is, you know, basically turns the battle into a huge rout. There's this whole subplot. Lu Bu's daughter, who I don't even remember what her name is in Dynasty Warriors world. She's not a named character. It's known he has a daughter. She's not a named character in the novel. There's this whole thing where, you know, Lu Bu is going to marry his daughter off to Yuan Shu's son to cement an alliance with Yuan Shu and have him come out and help. That gets thwarted. There's a scene where Lu Bu's military advisors tell him to, like, break out of the castle and escape, and to fight his way to Yuan Shu and take refuge there. But Lu Bu's wife, because he does have a wife, and Jiao Chan, who is his consort, talk him out of it because they're afraid of what'll happen if they're left behind. And, like, the novel makes a point of saying, Lu Bu, what an idiot, listening to women. What kind of man is he? Like, the novel, like, Lu Bu is not this great, respectable character in the novel. Let's put it that way. This game is portraying him, as a lot of the Dynasty Warriors do, as being, like, a badass. And he's certainly a good fighter, but yeah, anyway, so Zhang Liao, so, you know, there's all these various times when Lu Bu could potentially get away. Maybe he can't defeat Cao Cao, but he can at least prolong his life and escape and live to fight another day. But eventually he gets cornered at Whitegate Castle, and he and Zhang Liao are both brought before Cao Cao in chains. And actually, it's actually when Dynasty Warriors 8 captures this really nicely. It's actually Lu Bu, Zhang Liao, and then oh, I'm blanking on his name, even though he's like the best freaking character in Dynasty Warriors 8. Cao Cao's advisor. There's this whole backstory between him and Cao Cao. Dig up whatever Dynasty Warriors 8 video Bobo and I did before that series was ended by geographical separation, and when I tell him the story of Cao Cao and Lu Baishi. But anyway, basically, in most of the Dynasty Warriors games, when the character's name I can't remember, who's Lu Bu's advisor, isn't a character. It's just Lu Bu and Zhang Liao. And Lu Bu, in most versions, and certainly in the novel, sort of like arrogantly congratulates Cao Cao for defeating him and saying, now that you've subdued me, why not bring me into your army? Together, nothing can stop us. And, you know, I can get to this all later. But Zhang Liao, you know, the same situation confronts Zhang Liao, and Zhang Liao says, like Cao Cao was like, what about you, Zhang Liao? Will you serve me? And Zhang Liao's like, serve you, you're a traitor, you know. Serve you, you're a tyrant, you're a traitor, I would rather die. And Cao Cao's like, no defeated general can speak to me like that, and raises his sword to kill Zhang Liao himself, and then that's the cliffhanger end of that chapter. The next chapter begins with Liu Bei, I think. It's Liu Bei and Guan Yu save Zhang Liao. One of them puts a hand on Cao Cao's shoulder. I think Liu Bei does. Guan Yu steps between Cao Cao and Zhang Liao and gets down on a knee and takes like a pose of supplication. And Guan Yu and the two people that Cao Cao actually respects are Guan Yu and Liu Bei. And Guan Yu says, I know Zhang Liao to be a man of honor. Please spare him for my sake. And Liu Bei says, surely this man is too talented to die here needlessly, or something like that. And Cao Cao says, I jest. Of course I was always going to spare him. And then he personally undoes Zhang Liao's bonds. And they say, Zhang Liao, who just a minute ago was like, I'd rather die than work for you. Zhang Liao, it says he's so touched by Cao Cao personally undoing his bonds that he swears then and there to serve loyally. Zhang Liao appears he appears a bit later in the novel. And that's the other thing we know about Zhang Liao. Guan Yu says, I know him as a man of honor, and then later it's implied that Guan Yu and Zhang Liao at some previous undefined points were good friends. Because when Guan Yu is, like, he's at the top of the hill surrounded by Cao Cao's armies and defeated. He has no way to get out, and his only plan is to die fighting. And Cao Cao wants Guan Yu to surrender and join him, so he sends Zhang Liao up the hill to parley with Cao Cao. And we have a scene where Zhang Liao is trying to convince Guan Yu to join Cao Cao's force. It's one of the most interesting scenes in the entire novel. Because Zhang Liao, anyone else would go up to Guan Yu and flatter him, talking about what a great leader he was. Zhang Liao basically calls him a coward. And Guan Yu is like, he's not even angry, he's stunned. He's like, coward? Where are you going with this? How are you calling me a coward? I'm ready to die. And Zhang Liao says, well, listen to me. Like, you've made this oath to die on the same day as Liu Bei. If you throw away your life today, it is impossible for you to fulfill that oath. If you join Cao Cao, even just temporarily, who knows what fate could hold for you. And talks him into staying alive and enduring... Staying alive. He talks him into enduring the shame of surrender because anything less would be cowardice. To die... to satisfy his own ego would be cowardly and would not be what's best for his brothers or for the Han. So it's really interesting because it's like the one approach that could have gotten the desired result. And even Zhang Liao goes back and reports success at Cao Cao, but what Zhang Liao doesn't tell Cao Cao is, I've won him over to your side temporarily, you're never going to be able to hold him. And that turns out to be true. Guan Yu eventually leaves Cao Cao's service. And not dishonorably either. He tells Cao Cao, I'll join you under 3 conditions. I'm not submitting to you, I'm submitting to the Emperor. And Cao Cao's like, that's just fucking words. I don't care. It's like the Emperor is in Cao Cao's pocket. So it's like, sure, if that makes you happy, dude. And then he says, there's another condition I don't remember that's just kind of Cao Cao grants it to him. And then the third condition is that, you know, if I ever find out the whereabouts of my brother, I will leave your force and rejoin him. And that's the only one that gives Cao Cao pause. But eventually he decides that Liu Bei is basically doomed. Because his force has been scattered. Wherever Liu Bei is, he's finished anyway. So we just have to, like, you know, prevent Guan Yu from getting any news of Liu Bei, and we can keep him. And of course, that'll, you know, doesn't work, and he leaves. And Zhang Liao next shows up, and something we won't see until the 2nd or 3rd game at the rate things are going. But the next time we see him as a character, he's fighting for Wei, not against Shu or the forces of Liu Bei. He's fighting for Cao Cao's forces against the Sun family, and becomes a legend. Like, it's pretty cool. We'll talk about it more later probably, but like, according to the novel, in the Southlands that are ruled by the Sun family, when kids like won't eat their vegetables or won't go to bed when they're told that Zhang Liao will come to the night to devour their souls because he's like this legendary badass. So that's all pretty cool, huh? Anyway, we're gonna call it a video here because I managed to like chat about Zhang Liao until we ran over. But when we come back next time, we gotta make a call between stupid sub stuff. Let's see. Oh, it's a one-on-one fight with Liu Bei, and it looks like probably a one-on-one fight with Zhang Liao. I definitely want to hit the village to upgrade our gear, and then kind of check out what kind of stuff we got. And I think we might have missed stuff on the Way of the Warrior. Lu Bu might... Oh. Is this the one we just did? Because it looks like I missed a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it looks like I missed some... Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, it looks like I missed some stuff for sure. I was talking about how if I was smart, I would look it all up, but... Yeah, well, I think we'll be okay. If we run into trouble later in the series, maybe, like, you know, with the DLCs and shit, we can always... I can go back when I'm, like... deep into DLC number 2 and all these levels are trivial, because like I'm already at like a way too high a level for this stuff. But if I come back later and it's like I'm at level, you know, 150 and I'm having trouble, I can come back and use a guide to find missing stuff to make my healing better. But for now, when we come back next time, we got submissions probably, but I think we might be getting ready to dive into the end game of the main story, because a little birdie told me I think Lu Bu's story kind of makes up the first part of the main story. The DLCs will do some side stories. I don't know where the second story where the DLCs will end and the second story will start, but I think we're really closing in on the end of this because there is not a whole lot left. There's not a lot of time left for Lu Bu. Catch you guys next time.